You would have seen many videos on how to make a good CV. What are the key ingredients of a good resume? A lot of blogs are also available on this topic. But today what I'm going to cover in this video is very different. I am going to give you an employer's perspective as to how they select people from those thousands of resumes that get presented in front of them, how they shortlist, what are some of the key factors through which you can ensure that your resume gets shortlisted by employers. So that's the reason this video is going to be very different from what you would have normally seen. I have spent more than 25 years in the corporate world, and I, along with my team members, we would have recruited thousands and thousands of people, and through that experience, through that knowledge, I've tried to pull out some key things through which you can ensure that you make a resume which is very powerful and which can get shortlisted whenever you send it to an employer. So do watch this video till the end because it's going to be a very power-packed one. Hi, my name is Anjani B. Kumar and welcome to my channel. So let's start talking about what are the key ingredients of a good resume, how you can ensure that your resume is powerful enough to get you calls for interviews. Now, normally what happens is when you get tips around how to make a good resume, it is around how you can structure your resume, how it should look good, and that's very important. You must focus on them. But you also need to keep in mind the employer's perspective, the perspective of the job consultants who are actually shifting through thousands and thousands of resumes and ensuring that those 10, 15, 20 are sent to different employers. So what is the method that they apply? How you can ensure that you understand that method and use that in making your resume so that your resume gets shortlisted, you get calls for interviews. That's very important for you to understand. So let's move to the first point. Now, what we have to understand is today we live in a digital world. Everything happens digitally. Those days are gone when people used to present resumes in physical form, printouts. It does not happen. So now what typically you do, either you upload your CV, your resume on a job portal, or you mail it to job consultants and then they basically process all the information that you provide. So you have to understand the process which the other side deploys in shortlisting the resumes which they receive. So if it is a job consultant or if it is an employer, their recruitment team, what do they typically do? What they typically do is they operate through keywords. They look at the job description for which they have to hire people. They try to understand that what are some of the key skills which are required for this job, what are the keywords related to those key skills, and then basis that they run a search. And then what you have to ensure is that your resume is powerful enough so that the keywords get picked up from your CV, your resume that you have either submitted on a job portal or you have given to a consultant. Because now it is clearly a game which happens in a digital search format. It's not about going through everything what is getting presented. The first level of shifting, the first level of shortlist happens in a pure search manner. The way you do a Google search or you do a search on YouTube where you type what you need and then it throws you the results. Exactly in the same way, recruitment companies or even employers, their teams, they put those keywords, they search the job portals, and then whatever comes out, they started working through those CVs. This is very important, which you need to understand, because you have to prepare your CV in such a manner where it is ready for this digital processing. Please mind this word, digital processing. This is where you have to first understand that what kind of a job you are applying for, or what are your key skill sets, and what are some of the keywords associated with these key skills. You have to get into the mind of the recruiter, what he or she would be using as a keyword to search for the job for which you are applying. When you are building your resume, you need to ensure that these keywords are present multiple times. The density has to be rich, and that's the only way to get your resume shortlisted. The mistake that people do is they write as if they are writing a literary piece. They write their resume in that manner. No. Yes, you have to put everything what you have done, and I'll come to that later, where how you need to construct the resume. But what is important is at various stages, you have to ensure that the right keywords related to your core skill sets are available in the document that you have prepared, basis which it can get picked up in any of the searches that are getting carried out either by job consultants or by the recruitment team of employers. That's extremely important. So the first thing, even before you start thinking about preparing a resume, is to do a research on these keywords. Understand your key skill sets and figure out 5 or 10 related keywords basis which people would be making searches to figure out the right resume for the position. So that's the first step that you have to take. You have to do this research and then start putting those keywords in your resume at the right places. This is extremely important in this digital environment. Now, continuing this conversation on keywords, the second thing which is very important is, and where I have seen people making mistakes, is how you put your profile on LinkedIn. Because in a way today, LinkedIn also acts as a search engine. People search LinkedIn as well. So don't think that by just putting your jobs wherever you have worked and your qualifications, that is sufficient. The way you are constructing your CV offline based on the keywords, exactly in the same manner, you need to use the same keywords on LinkedIn also, because LinkedIn is very powerful and it's going to become even more powerful as we move ahead. So the way you are putting your CV on a job portal, giving it to a consultant, exactly in the same manner, you have to construct your CV on LinkedIn also, so that it is in a format where if somebody downloads your profile from LinkedIn, it comes out as a CV. And it should have all those keywords which I spoke about earlier, through which people can search you, because not necessarily you would be connected to everybody who is searching on LinkedIn. So they would not know you. So when they run a search on LinkedIn also, your profile should come out, and it can only come out if you have put the right keywords reflecting the skill sets that you have. So here also, very clearly, you have to think digital. You have to plan your CV for the digital world. And this is the first way to approach this digital ecosystem, through which actually your CV will get shortlisted and you will get a call for interview. So clearly, for job portals, for consultants, whatever CV you are preparing, make it keyword rich, understand the right keyword, and exactly replicate the same thing on LinkedIn also. Let's move to the next step. Now, the next step is, when you have done your research around keywords and you are ready to include them in the document that you are preparing as your CV, what you have to clearly understand again is the psychology of the person who is going through it. Now, there was a time when people would write a lot of things about their achievements, what they have done, maybe 5 pages, 4 pages. Those days are gone. If you are an early stage professional, and by early stage I mean 3 to 5 years experience maximum, your CV should not be more than 1 page. And if you have little more experience, maximum 2 pages. You should not write anything beyond 2 pages. Your personality has to get reflected very clearly, your skills, everything that you have done. 2 pages are sufficient. I have got 26 years plus experience in my career, and my CV is just 2 pages. So that's how you can understand that people who give the argument saying that they have so much to write, that's a wrong argument. You can always compress the information in the right format. Sometimes I have seen that just to include everything, people would reduce the font size and they will put a lot of stuff there. Not advisable. Make it readable. That's very important. So within that 1 page or 2 page maximum, you have to put everything properly. You should not go beyond that, because from a recruiter's perspective, you have to understand that the attention span is very low. if somebody has to sift through hundreds of CVs, in reality, everybody reads only the first half page properly. After that, you just skip through. That's how it happens. So everything that you write, or whatever number of pages that you create, your first half page is the most important part of your CV. And you have to understand that very, very clearly. There is absolutely no point in writing so much stuff, multiple pages. It doesn't work. Even as I said, even if you make it 1 page or 2 page, people would see the first half page only clearly, and they would start forming a certain idea about you, and basis which CVs get shortlisted. So you have to be very clear that a very concise resume, 1 page or maximum 2 pages, and then the first half page is the most important one. And what to write there, I'll just talk about that now. So after you have understood these 2 things, and you would have realized that this is a very different way of looking at how you construct your CV. So now when you are creating something and you want to make it powerful, and as I told you that your first half page has to be powerful enough, very clearly you need to convey your key message or your key personality through those first 8-10 lines. That's the most important one. So you can decide what to put there, and you need to only put things which are very impactful. So what I always tell people is, if you have to present yourself to somebody in 5 sentences, how would you do that? Practice it, right? And when you start practicing this, where you would like to, or you will be forced to compress everything about yourself in those 5 sentences, you just write those 5 sentences at the top of your CV. That's the introduction that you should be giving to the potential recruiter. And that has to be powerful enough so that he or she decides to shortlist your CV and call you for an interview. It has to be so concise, because the attention spans are very short these days. People don't like to read too much. So very clearly, the relevancy of your candidature has to come out in those 5 sentences, in the first half page maximum. And you need to practice it, you need to plan it, you need to write it multiple times using the right keywords. And that's the only way to make an effective, powerful CV which can get you interview calls. Because if you are thinking about writing everything over the 2 pages, 3 pages, it doesn't work. Your key message has to come out in the beginning itself. It could be what is your key value addition that you are presenting to the company which is hiring, or what are your key skill sets, what are your key achievements, whatever you want to talk about. Because normally people say you write your mission, or you write something about your key skills and personality. That is up to you. But what you have to keep in mind is that these 5, 6, 7 sentences have to be powerful enough to excite the person who is reading them, to excite the person where he or she decides that, oh, I want to meet this person. So that's where you should invest your maximum effort in that first half page, and within that also the first 5 sentences. That's what is extremely required in this digital world, in this world where attention spans are going down. And that is extremely important. So just to summarize, first, keywords focus, and ensuring that you find out the right keywords which represent your core skills. Construct your LinkedIn profile also like a CV with all the keywords which are required. Secondly, compress your resume and make it very concise, 1 pages or 2 pages max. And within those 1 or 2 pages also, the first half page, and within that first half page, the first 5 sentences, which are very important and which should be powerful enough to excite somebody to meet you. So I'm sure you would have found this information very useful and very different from what traditionally you would have read or watched around how to construct a good CV. So this is the approach that we need to take in today's digital world. And that's the approach which I have seen as successful, and I have seen a lot of people doing very well by taking this kind of approach. Because when I sit on the other side and I work with my recruitment teams, I see them operating this way. Even when they send 5 CVs to me, my attention span is just limited to that initial part of the CV. And if I at times see that, there is a CV running into 4 pages, 5 pages, I just flip through it. Not necessarily I read the whole thing, but whatever is there in front of me on the first page at the top, that is something which I look at it seriously. Similarly, when I see my recruiters doing recruitment and looking at job portals or sifting through the CVs which are sent by job consultants, they just put keywords and they do their searches. That's how it gets done. So once you understand this method which is getting used by somebody who is actually responsible for shortlisting your CV and getting you interview calls, you need to follow that approach. It's not about following your approach or making something look very good, very attractive. Those days are gone. Now you have to take an approach which works. And what I have told you is something which is very practical and which works in this world. So if you have liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with family and friends so that everybody gets benefited by it. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, do consider subscribing just to get benefited by these kind of videos. I'll see you in the next video now. Thanks for watching.